So we're going to review real quick a sweep that most of you should know. If you don't, you'll learn it now. The simple sweep, but I think most of you know it. But it's a good example of that push-pull motion. We're just going to practice that real quick. You can get into this a lot of ways. I could get into it from her just standing like this, but I want to work it from closed guard so you guys can feel the connection. Okay, so she's in my closed guard. And when I grab a sleeve for sweeps, I'm going to grab light. The harder my grip, the more she's apt to respond to it and to pay attention to it. The lighter my grip, the less she's going to pay attention to it, which is kind of important. And all I need to be able to do generally is just keep her from posting, right? You don't have to hang on tight for that. So a light grip is better, plus it'll help your fingers. Okay, so she's going to stand up. And as long as I'm off my neck, I can keep my guard closed. But as soon as I feel like I'm starting to get on my neck, I'm going to open up my guard. Okay, so there I'm going to open up my guard right away. I'm going to reach and grab her heel. And my pinky's on the mat, not up here, but down low. And now I start that push-pull motion. And you see what she kind of wants to do for base? See what she does there with her right foot? Your right foot. See how she'll step back a little bit? Yes. This is natural for them to keep base. She's also going to want to step out like she did, and that's why I want to cup the heel. Okay, so I'm here. Now this foot comes behind, and then I push-pull. Okay, and as she goes down, you have a couple ways to handle this. The way I usually do this is I pull my heel in real quick, and I bring my hip up. So I'll fall forward like that. We'll do it one more time. I want to get my hip in front of my knees. So she's in my closed guard. Stand up. I really just want you guys to feel that push-pull pressure here. This energy right here, right? As she falls, I'm going to drive in so my hip comes in front of my knees, and then I start to work my pass. If that's a hard motion for you guys, or you're a little slower, then you can, as long as you control one of the feet, you can rise up. Okay, so she stands. Grab the heel before my shoulders come off the mat. I open it up and get my foot on her hip. Okay, I've got that good pressure now. Foot behind the knee, push, pull. And now if you want, you can just control. As long as you're controlling one foot, you should be able to get up while they're down. Okay? I just want you guys to review that simple sweep so you can kind of feel that push-pull pressure. And notice that the only reason I'm okay with pulling here is because I have my foot there. Okay, so I'm not pulling her on top of me, I'm breaking her posture. Okay, let's try it back and forth. Every once in a while you might get somebody that tries to hop up, but generally speaking, they're always going to bring one leg at a time, right? So go to stand up. Right, yep, one leg and then the other leg. Go back down. Where they're really vulnerable to the sweep is when they only have one leg up. Bring this one up. Right, so here I'm going to hit just your basic flower sweep, but I just want to review that real quick. All right, so she brings a leg up, and I just want to look at her posture for a second, right? Where her base is weak is bringing her silhouette over her post is right here. So what I have to do is I have to bring, that's why you see when she brought her foot up, the first thing she did was sit back down, right? Because raise your hip towards me. Here is even more, like, real easy to sweep that direction, right? So again, I'm holding this sleeve lightly. She brings that foot up. I don't like reaching all the way in here because what happens is guys will then sit on your arm, put it back down, and then your arm gets trapped here, which is not good. And I don't need to get in there. I just need to just touch. So now if she drops her knee back down, I can pull my hand out. I just put my hand like that, okay? Now, once my hand's like that, this foot just goes right here, and my right leg does all the work, and I'm bringing her head and her silhouette over this post with my right foot. And it's the right foot that does all the work on the sweep. See, now once I get her over that knee, then this is super easy. Now I can just lift to get mount. So with a lot of these sweeps that we do, one leg does a lot more work than the other one. In this case, my right leg does all the work. Go ahead. Everything is done by that. My left foot's really doing nothing but posting. So I've turned, she's on the back of my thigh now, and that's the angle. Go back. So as long as you remember that, she brings the leg up. It's a nice quick one.
You skinny Xing her? You skinny Xing her?
Yes. So just bring your knee up. So this is the angle. Right? Looks like I'm going that way. Bring a leg up. But the sweep direction is here. So what my right leg is actually doing is bumping her head forward. And as her head starts to come forward over this post, over this knee, now she's very light. The bigger she is, the more important that is, but doesn't matter how big they are. Once you get your weight, their weight up here, now they're off balance. So yeah, it's always at that X. Okay, let's, yep. Yep.
I was wondering, are you actually kind of pendulum your upper body?
Yes. Yes, so one common mistake, and we're going to use this to set up triangles and some other offense tonight, so this is going to be important, but she brings the leg up. If I try and go from here, it's just, weak. Just think mechanically how much you could do like this on a weight machine compared to here, and now you can leg press, right? So I want my opponent loaded on the back of my thigh because I'm taking him this way, not in my inner thigh trying to knock him over this way. So that's one of the reasons when I grab here, I use that to help move my head and I look in her ear, and now she's loaded on the back of my thigh. And you guys are all, everybody here is very strong. Think about how much you can leg press here. And that becomes pretty easy. Okay, that's the same angle we're going to take for an armbar. It's the same angle we're going to take for a triangle. So even if this sweep fails, it's going to set us up for other things. So let's try it back and forth. Go ahead. Let me use you real quick. What I want to avoid doing, bring a leg up. Yeah, I don't want to be here. That's a lot of effort. Look at the angle of my body. Again, I'm using this part. I want to turn my hip over. Now I turn my hip over and I can drive that kneecap down towards the mat. It's your hip that's actually doing the sweep. It's pretty easy when they bring a leg up. So we're just going to finish it up before we drill here by doing both sweeps, but without them bringing the leg up, okay? So here, go this way for the camera. So she's in my closed guard. And we're here playing basic posture. She doesn't bring a leg up. So I'm going to reach down and grab her pant leg like this, and I'm going to execute the exact same motion. Okay? So it's a little trickier from here, especially if she's sitting low. But the moment her hip comes up just a little bit, that's the perfect time. So she lifts her hip up a little bit. I'm going to pull, get good base. So she lifts her hip up a little bit. I'm going to pull this way. And as I do that, I'm pulling this direction. I'm going to open up my legs, and my right foot, again, is going to bump her forward. And in here, all I have to do is lift my hand up towards the ceiling, right? Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell for frequent updates because we're updating this every week. And make sure you comment and like and share our videos. We appreciate it, and we definitely try and respond to all the comments. And if you like what we're doing and you like the material, check out SBG University, SBGU. And you're going to see a ton more in much greater depth than what you see here on YouTube. Thank you very much.